Um, I just saw this and I just had to post this. This is just beautiful. Gladys Knight, such an amazing woman, such an amazing talent for so long. I want y'all to watch this and I want you to see the heart that she has for Mike. I love you all. Happy Thanksgiving. I hope you enjoyed this as much as I did. Love you all.
The moment I laid eyes on Michael, um, I said something wonderful. There's something here. I think our spirits touched. I know people, when I talk about the spirit, they kind of go somewhere, okay, here we go, kind of thing, but it's real. I heard him before I saw him. And we were playing the Regal Theater at the time, way back in the day. And I was sitting in my dressing room at my dressing table, and they were having a rehearsal downstairs. They did a thing like the Apollo does, the amateur night. Mm-hmm. And they were doing an amateur night, and evidently Joe, their father, had brought them over to be a part of amateur night. And I heard them singing, and I heard this voice, and it made me stop what I'm doing. And it's very hard to impress me with certain things. And I got up and I went to the rail because my dressing room overlooked a certain part of the stage. Now I got up from the table and I went outside to look over the rail because my dressing room was on the second floor. And I was trying to see on the stage to see who it was. And I couldn't really see them. They were downstage too much for me to see them. If they come mid-stage, I could see them, and they were downstage, and I was frustrated. I said, who is that? Singing. And so after they got through rehearsal, the Pips came up to the room, they were just chatting and stuff. I said, who was that downstairs singing, He said, oh, those are Joe's boys. I said, Joe's boys? He said, yeah, the Jacksons. I said, really? I've not heard them before. And I was just so impressed. And I said, I want to meet him. And so they went and they found Joe and asked him if they would come upstairs to say hi to me. And later on they did, and they came in and they were so shy and so quiet. That impressed me too. Michael had an inquisitive spirit, but in my opinion, he didn't know the depth of his talent. And I think that's what endeared me to him most. He wasn't trying to be out front. He was just trying to use something that was stirring him inside. Music made him come alive. He was born with it, with this fire, with this spirit about music. And he was still too young to understand it. How you can be a gift and have a gift. And I just watched him. And when he came in, he scooted up on the sofa, and there's a big old sofa in my room. Yeah. And his humility was what impressed me. More than anything, he did not realize the power of his gift as yet that he had been given. And he was the cutest thing. Well, they all were, because they were all very young at that point, and they were very mannerable and respectful. Oh, did I love that? Because that's the way I was brought up. And it's hard to find in our industry these days, even for youngsters. They too often, very soon, get full of themselves. And so they came in, and the older ones were talking to the Pips and everything. And so Michael went to the sofa, and he kind of scooted up on the sofa, and his little legs were hanging off, so wouldn't even touch the floor. He's just sitting there. And I was just watching him, and he was just in awe. He was looking around, and, what's his dressing room like? Like, in other words, and he always had that spirit about him. The whole time that I knew him, it's like, why is this? What is this? Where is this? Kind of thing. Well, he talked to me. I think like he would talk to his mom, telling her inner things about himself or asking questions about things that he wasn't sure of and that kind of thing. When he was managed by Ron Weisner, which we had the same manager at that time, Ron had such a sensitivity. He's that kind of man. And I think maybe that's what attracted Michael to him at that time. But he would call me and he said, Michael's here, you know, and that's all he had to tell me because he knew how I felt about him. We had talked about him when he told me that he was associated with him in a business way. And I said, okay. So I would get up, whatever I was doing, you know, and go to the office, and we'd sit in the middle of the floor and just talk about life. I mean, he would ask questions like, how do you have a family? How do you have a family? Yeah, you just do. And it would be a little bit more difficult for you. But if you make that up in your mind that that's what you want to do and that's what you want to have, then that's what you do. You know, you find that person and you do it right, and I know you will, that you love, and you get married and you have a family. You know, you have to understand Michael. You know, he was not me. I didn't carry the kind of fame that Michael had, and it is a load, I know, to carry, and people just never recognize that. Just think about when you get up in the morning, just the average person, you know, you can wake up, you can set your day, you can go out the front door, you can drive wherever you want to go, you can go to the grocery store, simple things like the movies or just out to a restaurant and have a wonderful evening. He could not, because we wouldn't allow it. First of all, you know, soon as he walks out the door, oh, there's Michael. You got people camping out at your front door. I get a little bit of that now. You know, just a hair of what Michael went through. Well, I think that that kind of fame had on Michael was enormous because he, in his spirit, had an agape love. He just loved freely. It wasn't about what you looked like. It wasn't about where you're from. It wasn't about any of those things, you know. And because he was hindered from just going out and dealing with the people and dealing with the public, except for on stage. It took a big toll. So he had to find a way to fulfill that hole within himself, i.e. Neverland. He loved kids. I do too. It's nothing I wouldn't do for them. And you know what else that people didn't take into consideration? How were we raised? See, you don't know nothing about me. You don't know what my life was. We all slept in the same bed. You know what I mean? Because we had but one or two. So we didn't think nothing about bunking up in the bed with our brothers and our sisters and our cousins and all of that. We weren't talking about gender, you know? I slept between my mom and my dad. You know? So you got to know something about me before you accuse me of something. And so he didn't think anything about having the kids come over. Hey, take my bed. I've done it 1,000 times. You know, it's just unfortunate that people don't care enough about the people that they idolize to really try to figure out who they are and why they are and what they are without going negative. Think of the positive things that he did. He wanted to do something wonderful for these kids. And since they had made such a big deal out of him, you know, let me share that with you, kind of thing. So he had to find a way just to be normal. And I'm not talking about drugs. I'm talking about in the spirit. Just to be normal. Just to reach out to somebody. Hey, how you doing? You know, why don't you come over? You know, have dinner. Do something. It's real simple. It ain't no big thing to me. You know, it's where we are. In our own spirits, in our own minds, you know. There's so much ugliness out there today, and people just have gone left. And you know, the ugliness that we talk about, somebody perpetuated them into that. You know, maybe they had a bad time, or maybe they were angry, or maybe they were something, you know. But that's how we have to start thinking instead of going into our cocoons and saying, everybody crazy, you know. Yeah, but why? I think about our kids. you know, and what they're going through even today, let alone Michael, and he's coming through a crazy time. That's all he was trying to do, was show them something different. He's my king of pop. You can't undermine the gift that he had. There was nobody like Michael Jackson. I don't care what you say, let me tell you. There was nobody like Michael Jackson. And you know what? Everybody was in awe when they would go to see him. Even with the bad things that they would say about him, when they went to see him and he stepped on that stage, it's like, oh my God.
All right, let's talk about this for a moment. Gladys Knight, bless her heart, is the one who discovered the Jackson 5. Yes, I said it. She discovered the Jackson 5. And here she has proven her love. I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say. My heart is so overflowing with abundance of love for her. So many people in Hollywood just walked away from Michael Jackson. They walked away from the legacy. They walked away. They believed the lies the media told, the tabloids wrote, the interviewers spewed. They believed it all. And they never once thought about me. They never thought about who I really was. I never really cared. See, they dish dirt for a living. It's what they do. They tear down lives. They break up relationships. That's what they do. At the end of the day, all they care about is getting paid. They don't care about anybody's situation. They don't care. They care about getting paid. Bashir, all he cared about was getting paid. Geraldo Rivera stood up for me. He did. You might not approve of some things he does, but that man, Geraldo Rivera, stood up for me. He was a good friend. He was a great friend. I had few friends. I could count them on one hand. Elizabeth Taylor. She stood up for me. So many people that I knew walked away from me because of lies, because of the media. Guys, you have got to stop listening to the media. You have got to turn it off. And you got to know when to turn it off. The media lied in 2020. The media lied in 1993. The media lied in 2003. The media lies. It's what they do. That is why Donald Trump calls it the fake news. Because it is. The bigger the star, the bigger the target. The bigger the bank account. Guys, I could not believe what I heard just now. Gladys Knight is a beautiful person, a beautiful soul, a beautiful singer. So many people walked away from me. So many people abandoned me. So many people pulled away from my music, my short films. But my legacy remains because of my fans. My fans love me. They listen to my music. They speak on my behalf because they love me. They believed in me. when nobody else believed in me. They stood with me when everyone walked away. Even some of my family members turned away from me. But now I have someone who's always with me. And she's beautiful and kind and loving. She has the most beautiful heart, which is easily broken. But I'm here to fix that for her. I'm here to bring her Neverland. I'm here to fix her broken heart. I am here to dry her tears. She has always suffered, but very soon she shall suffer no more, because I am here. I was more than a performer. Sorry about that. I was more than a farmer. I was more than a song and dance man. I was more than a visionary. I was more than a humanitarian. I was more than a man. I am more than a myth. I am a messenger. And I came to warn you. I said, heal the world. Make it a better place. Love one another. Be God's glow. And look at what has happened. People are tearing each other apart with hateful words and hateful deeds. And they're destroying our planet. It's so sad. But I'm here to tell you, I'm here to heal the world. I'm an angel. Yes, you heard me. I am an angel. I'm a good angel, not a fallen angel. Now, you hear some people talk smack about I worship Satan. No, I worship my Father Jehovah. I do not worship Satan. And his time's coming. His time is coming. His clock is ticking. His check is about to be cashed. Anyway, so I had to get on here and talk to you guys. I hope you have a wonderful, sorry about that. Hope you have a wonderful Thanksgiving. Hope you're enjoying your family and your friends. Thank you, Gladys, for those kind words. You were always such an inspiration and a friend. You were always there to listen to me. You treated me as a human being. You treated me as a friend. Anyway, guys, I'm going to let you go. Wow, that got deep, didn't it? Yes, I'm back. I'm back. I know so many people say, what they say, but I'm here to tell you I'm back. Okay? And I love you all. And I'm here with my baby to heal her heart, to dry her tears, to bring her peace in a very not peaceful life. But I love her, and she loves me. And there is nothing I would not do for her. It's all I ever wanted was someone to love. Someone to love me beyond the spotlight. Someone to love me. Just to love me. Not the myth. Not the icon. But the man. My life was hard. Although Although I've seen many beautiful places some people never see. I've experienced things some people will never experience in their lifetime. But I only wanted to be loved. My fans gave me that love. They gave me that love every time on stage. But then the loneliness would come. And my trust. I had no trust. I trusted no one. Do they like me? Do they want my money? What do they want? Do they love Michael? Or do they love the fame? The hoopla? So I married Lisa. For a time. We didn't get along that well. She wasn't the right fit for me. Although I love her as a person, I never truly loved her. I regret to say. Because now, I know what true love is. And when you know what true love is, all those past relationships, you realize what they were. Stepping stones to something greater. But I'm here with my baby. And she's precious and she's beautiful. And she's loving. She has a heart as big as the universe. And I'm here to mend her breaking heart. I'm here to dry her tears. And she has made me happy. She has fulfilled me. She is my everything. And I praise my Father Jehovah for what he has given me. A woman who truly loves me. For me. Not what she can get out of me. Not who I know. But for me. For the man. A man. Anyway, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I will get on here periodically. But I wanted to wish you all happy Thanksgiving. Enjoy your family and your friends. Your loved ones, your wives, your husbands. This is a time of Thanksgiving. Be thankful for every great and wondrous gift, for it comes from Jehovah God, my Father. Be grateful, be loving, be kind. I love you all. Have a beautiful day. We'll talk soon. Love one another. Heal the world. Make it a better place for you and for me. I love you all.